Hello to all you Kickstarter viewers out there. I wish to greatly thank you for checking out these Believe and memorial crosses that I have created. My name is Kevin Kemperling and I reside in York, Pennsylvania. I'm married to a very special lady and I have 4 children. I was born and raised in Lancaster County but moved to York after serving 4 years of active duty in the Navy. I was then in purchasing for 2 different Fortune 500 companies, but returned to my farming roots right before our 18-year-old twins were born. From a historical viewpoint, the greatest American that I think has ever lived was Benjamin Franklin. And I say that because your site, Kickstarter, reminds me a lot of what Ben did back in Philadelphia before he departed this earth. He set up these 2 large funds, large at the time, one for Philadelphia, his adopted town, one for Boston, his native town, with the intention of having these startup journeymen create businesses and so forth, and this kept evolving for hundreds of years. So this is a great opportunity for me to move on and tell you I think it's a great site. Thank you for developing it. Anyway, a couple of years ago while I was up mowing, I noticed that our mailbox was getting pretty old and ugly looking, so I thought one of these days I'm going to replace it, but when I do, I wanted to put a cross on it. I thought this would be a simple feat of magic, and then I just go pick one up at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. Needless to say, no such luck. I looked high and low everywhere I could think of, sold mailboxes, and they just weren't available to be had. So I got on the internet and did another exhaustive search and came up totally dry again. Anyway, I just wanted to put a mailbox on our cross to tell the world 365 days a year, 24/7, that our family believes in the Lord. Anyway, as you can see, this is what has evolved. My wishes and my desires, I just went out and bought all the components. And in my very crude metal shop and wood shop, I came up with this. The secret to the entire thing is what I call the mounting bracket. It's universally able to mount it not only just on top of a mailbox, but these can be mounted anywhere, as you can see, because I'll move this out of the way. You can mount them on a fence post, a deck rail, virtually anywhere you want. If you don't like mounting them outside to be seen, if you want it more of a private individual person, you can simply remove it from the bracket, mount it on your door or anywhere else in your home or around your place of residence. But anyway, back to the bracket. I had to come up with a way for the postmaster so that once you drill holes in your mailboxes for the 2 mounting holes, they would not leak. So they have little rubber sealing washers and stainless steel nut fasteners so they don't rust. All the components are either aluminum or stainless steel, so again, they'll take the weather very well. The paint, the hopes are to have a powder coat painted, again, for weatherability purposes. They come in various sizes, these cross do. Standard 4x8, 5x10, 6x12 for various purposes. These are what I call the Believe crosses, but piggyback from that idea are memorial crosses. Maybe. As you can see, it's not just to memorialize people, whether it's your grandparents or your brothers or your sisters or loved ones lost in war or in service, but it could also be for your beloved pets that, as you know, become family members in and of their own right. So that's why pink for the females and blue for the males. And so I came up with the memorial crosses as well as the Believe crosses. The very hard part of all this was figuring out a way to get these components on a small scale basis as uniform as possible. So I had to come up with all kinds of ways. That's why you see all these nails and these scrap pieces of wood, trying to make jigs to work on my antiquated drill press from the mid-60s. But somehow I did finally manage to make them pretty uniform. In addition, to figure out a way, when I just used super glue to put them all together, but I came up with these little molds so I can just drop the pieces in the uprights and the cross pieces, and then I super glued them together for show and tell purposes. So I would not recommend you put any of these outside. You're not going to take the weather until we get them up and produced and made strong and weather tight. Anyway, let's see, I got to go back to where I started. I gave you the 3 sizes, and I know my goal of $200,000 seems like a very out of reach number, but once you start adding up some of these costs for things like engineering, drawings, design, and fabrication, the costs are pretty steep. There's production setup, assembly setup, assembly and fabrication costs, the quality control, assembly tools, assembly fixtures, and packaging development. Anyway, if this funding objective is achieved, I hereby promise, and I'm a man of my word, that every single penny raised will be used to bring this project to fruition and eventually to the market. So there's over 2 billion Christians in the world, and I honestly believe with all my heart and soul that many of them would not mind, because we're told to go ahead and tell the world that we're proud Christians, that they would also be interested in this product. As far as the bereaved and memorial crosses, they kind of speak for themselves. My wife Mary would probably be the first, if you ever got the chance to meet her, to verify that once I make up my mind to do something, I get it done. I'm like the horse pulling an Amish buggy in the sense that I have blinders on to help me stay focused any task that I undertake. In closing, I would like to thank our family friends for many, many years, Mr. Ray Markey and Ray Markey, his son, who's here shooting a video today, my son Aaron for having to make this video. Sorry it's low quality, folks. I'm not a high-tech savvy type of guy. I just have a long farming roots, so bear with me. But I also have a special heartfelt thanks to my deserved wife, who has provided me with love and support for over 24 years. And my most important thank you goes out to God for having given me so many more blessings and challenges along life's journey. Hopefully you can see the ideas that I have and the merits and potential that they have, and what I have presented to you. As you can probably tell, I'm first and foremost proud to be a Christian and then an American. Thanks for your support, and have a very safe and blessed day. God bless you.